Hi, and welcome to lesson number 9 of Drawing 101, Learning to See the World Anew. This is a continuation of gesture, and our focus this week is on broad shapes. We've been learning different tools so far with the line of action and with rhythms, ways to approach gesture. And we're going to continue this now with broad shapes. And before we do, let's just remind ourselves or get a review of what gesture is. Gesture is about capturing the essence of something. It's about the feeling of something. It's an approach that takes letting go, and it's something that sometimes is hard to grasp, but through practice and through applying these simple tools, these simple principles, and doing it over and over and over again, it's something that once you let go, and bam, one day you get it. It makes sense and you feel it. So that is what gesture is. And broad shapes now is another principle we can use to approach a gesture drawing. Broad gesture drawing is nothing more than using simple shapes to describe the essence of something. So, what are our simple shapes? Well, here we go. We have the triangle, and we're thinking in 2D right now, not 3D. Just think of it flat shapes. Triangle. And then of course we have our square. And sort of an extension of that, you have your rectangle. And our circle. So these are our simple shapes that we can use as a basis for gesture drawing with broad shapes. Now, taking this one step further, we can begin to merge these shapes and to make them look a little bit more irregular, but their basis is that of simple shapes. So, for example, let's combine the circle and the triangle. You have the triangle at the top coming down to a round shape. So it's not exact, but you can see there's a circle and a triangular shape. Let's try a square and a circle. Maybe we have a rectangle and a circle. Maybe we have two circles. So you can see how we're using these basic shapes to give us new shapes, combination shapes. Now, building from our foundation of these simple shapes that then we created larger shapes or combination shapes, we're going to use that to begin to describe the essence of these poses with broad gestures using broad shapes. So let's first do these three right here one at a time. It's pretty much straight up and down, and we can do the head and then the rest of the body as one whole shape. So we have two basic shapes going on here. So we have the head just sort of there on top, and one basic shape. Sort of a circle into a rectangle here at the bottom. Alright, then we have another head and a shape. Same type of thing. And another shape. See how I'm not trying to be perfect? I'm being real loose with it. But just looking at it and getting one basic shape. Even bringing his arm into it, putting it in one shape, including his arm in this whole shape. So you can see how this is real loose. Moving down to our friend here on the bench. Just one basic shape. And you see how this shape can really move. It doesn't have to be straight up and down. I'm just sort of going with the form here. Combining a circle with square all together. Putting it all into one basic shape. In this case, I didn't really add the arms. You don't have to. You can just really grab you're taking the chest and the legs and you're putting it all into one shape. Alright, let's do a few more examples. You'll find that silhouettes make it easier to see what this shape is because there's no details there. All the details are sort of blacked out. So let's just get this shape, get his head. One basic shape going on there. Real loose with it. Alright. And then we have this woman. We'll even include her basket. Not being concerned about getting it perfect. Just getting the one shape. Making it all one thing. See how I'm combining a circle, almost a triangle here, then another rectangle, triangle kind of shape. You see how everything's merging together. You're using it as a basis, but you're letting what it looks like to help you determine and not to think too much. Just sort of flow with it. What is this basic shape that I'm seeing? Alright, let's do a couple more. Remember with this, be real loose. Here we got Harrison Ford, Indiana Jones. Be real loose. Don't be too concerned about getting it perfect. It's just all about feeling. Some of the things you've been learning in previous lessons might be coming out intuitively, what you're seeing, but your focus as far as what you're thinking about is just, what is this shape? What is this basic, broad shape? Seeing triangles, circles, if they help, but not being afraid to just come up with whatever shape comes from what you see. Alright, here's a nice profile view. It's going to be a skinny shape. See, I'm going pretty fast through this, not real concerned if it's perfect. It's just a kind of a way to loosen up, and you'll also see later on how we can use all that we've been learning with gesture and how that applies and what is its practical use for drawing. Alright. Here we go. Alright, so that is broad shapes. And as I was mentioning, some of this might feel uneasy, what gesture is and how it works. Well, we're going to be putting these all together. Next week we're going to be doing subtle shapes, and it's taking this idea of shapes and making it a little bit more refined. And then I will be showing you how everything fits together. So don't worry, just go with it, flow with it, and keep practicing. For this week we're going to do three different things. I'm going to have you just practice drawing the simple basic shapes, then practice creating combination shapes, just filling a page of combination shapes, and then we're going to do 10 figures with using broad gesture shapes. So I hope you enjoy this week and have fun.